Be upstanding.
Captain Baines, this board of nautical assessors has made a decision in your case. But before I say what it is, there are one or two things I have to say myself. The behavior of a master mariner who not only fails to inspect his cargo before sailing, but when warned that it may not be what is shown on the manifest, ignores that warning and proceeds to run a vessel as unseaworthy as the Pibroch into high seas and dangerous waters, that man has no right to be in command with the fate of ship and crew in his hands. We are indebted to the forthright testimony of Captain James Onedin in this matter, for had he not spoken so truthfully, we would not have had a full account of the last voyage of the sailing vessel Pibroch. Now, Captain Baines, Captain Onedin has pleaded, quite rightly, that you were under stress from some personal family problem at this time and only accepted the command of this ship in haste and with little thought for the consequences. However, that can act as no excuse. If this board of assessors felt that you had been a party to some predetermined plan to sink the Pibroch with possible loss of life and limb, then we would indeed deal with you harshly, sir, but this board does not regard you as a clever rogue, which to do such a thing you would have needed to be. You're a man who came to this position from a lowly station. Well, it may be that such promotion is not a profit to all concerned. I cannot say anything about that. All I know is that you behaved in the most unseamanlike manner, verging on the criminal, and that this court has, in my view, dealt with you very leniently. Captain William Baines, you will not sail as master on any British ship for a period of 6 calendar months. And it may be that owners may think twice of using your services after that.
Sir, I must protest. Is it proper of you to say that, to warn owners against me? I think the assessor's decision is hard.
Do you?
Yes, I do, sir. But I have to abide by that, but I can't stand idle while you tell owners not to employ me when my period of 6 months is done.
Captain Baines, you presume to instruct me in my duty as chief assessor in this case? Well, mister, do you?
I apologize.
What, man?
I said I apologize.
Really, the manners of some people. You will not sail as master for 6 months, sir. You may, of course, obtain work as ship's mate, a post I understand you know full well. The findings of this court will be made known. The proceedings are at an end. Mr. Baines, you may step down.
But But he said...
Do not argue, man. 'Tis over. Come on, have a noggin. I'll warrant you need it.
Aye, and some work.
Captain Onedin.
I'll see you in the tavern, eh?
Well, Captain Onedin, a satisfactory verdict.
Well, as I've already said, Sir Walter, Mr. Baines is a good and steady seaman.
A good and steady mate, perhaps. You know, some men are born to command, others to obey. It's all a question of birth and family, sir.
Oh, I've no doubt that you are right, Sir Walter.
You know, Onedin, I was very impressed by the way you gave your evidence. And I must say, I've been very impressed by the way you're talked about in this port.
Oh, thank you very much, sir. Why should you make inquiries about me?
Because I like to know the caliber of the man to whom I entrust my son.
Your son?
Yes, the lad is set on a career at sea. And I want him apprentice to you.
Well, you've every merchant master in these islands to choose from.
Yes, and I choose you.
Well, I'm not one of your fancy captains, you know, with every convenience on board. I cannot but think that you'd do better to go with a larger company.
No, the lad wants the sea for himself. I do not want it for him. I'd rather see him in the Navy office or some shore establishment. That is the family tradition. But, well, I was at sea myself as a lad.
In short,
remember...
you think that this one voyage might knock the idea out of his head, eh?
Well, let us say it'll be valuable experience and might make a man of him. He's done very well at his school.
Oh,
Yes, rugby, yes. Oh, yes, captain of fives, poetry prize.
poetry prize, eh?
The all-round man, you know.
Well, I must warn you, sir, that I carry no passengers. If your lad comes sailing with me as an apprentice, my fee will be 50 guineas.
I shall consider it well spent. When do you sail?
Monday week, noontide.
Ah.
For Frisco.
Frisco, eh?
Yes, of course, if you'd like to cancel our arrangement.
No, not
understand.
at all, not at all. My son David shall sail with you.
Right, then.
Frisco, eh?
Oh, hey, come back here. Oh, yeah, Baines. I sailed with him once. He's a proper git. Gave me a hell of a trip, he did. Yeah. I wonder if he got off. Hey, no, Corey, yeah. Leave Mind your own business.
Noggin of rum.
Captain Baines. Or is it Mister?
Have a noggin, if you please.
Ah. So. It is Mr. Baines, then.
Mr. Baines! That is one of my crew. Anybody who harms him robs me of second mate. Corey, leave.
Tell me when that's done. Captain?
Thank you, Baines.
Will you come out smelling of roses? I come out smelling of manure.
Sailors, look.
Did you hear what the commissioner called me?
Signifies nothing.
Well, he as good as said because I was low-born, I wasn't fit to command.
Look, let him have his prejudices. They don't harm anybody.
Well, he harmed me.
No. You harmed yourself when you took on that voyage. You've nobody to blame but yourself, you know, mate.
Well, you're Job's comforter, aren't you?
Well, what are you to do now, eh?
Get drunk.
After that,
I don't know, and that's the God's truth. I've got a ship aboard as mate. It's the only course open to me. But I must maintain my sister and her 2 children. I'm down to my last shillings after this delay.
here, put that in your pocket.
Oh, no.
Here, man. Don't want my first mate fuddle-headed, loading my cargo to go around the Horn.
The Horn?
Well, you want the double, don't you?
Aye, I do that. Captain.
Frisco begun.
I beg your pardon?
James is taking the Charlotte Roads round Cape Horn to San Francisco. Sails on the noontide on Monday. It's in the lists.
How very exciting.
No, it's more than exciting, my love. It's the last testing journey left to a sailor.
Then I have no doubt that James will enjoy it.
The Horn is not there to be enjoyed. It's there to be conquered.
I'm sure it's nearly as dangerous as some quarters of Liverpool after dark.
No, it's not that it's just a particularly dangerous stretch of water, my dear. It's symbolic. It represents nature at her most violent. Charlotte Roads is a small ship to make such a voyage. To round the Horn in a 150-tonner. What a proud boast that would be.
A coarse boast. Not that of a gentleman, which of course we all know you are.
How did you find out?
What?
I presume you're referring to Carrie Harris.
You dare mention that woman's name in my house?
You've been dropping hints for days.
Have you no shame?
What's the point of shame?
A low woman in a music hall. You leave her and you come home to me.
No, madam, I do not come home to you, at least not very often, as well you know.
Your conceit of yourself astounds me, sir.
I'm glad of it. Now, perhaps you'll keep your nose out of my business.
Your business?
Yes.
You wish me to ignore it?
Wise women do.
Terrified women do. Afraid of losing their homes and being thrown into the street.
I said nothing of that.
Money is short, you forever tell me, yet you pay this woman enough.
How'd you know?
She told me.
You've been to see her? You've been in her company? You in that place?
Yes. Haven't you?
That was another matter.
I think not. I repeat, you say money is short.
I gave Carrie Harris £10 because she said...
Yes?
She insisted she was with child by me. Lies, of course. If there was a child, it could be anybody's. Probably there isn't one at all. But one goes through the prescribed form in these matters.
Prescribed form? Is that what you call it? I call it something else. I call it lust and licentiousness, sir. Those are my words for it.
Then you would do well to watch your words, Elizabeth. You're in no position to throw stones at anyone, least of all me. Without me, you wouldn't have a home. And I doubt any man would do more for you and your child than I did.
Oh, it was very noble of you. And of course you had no thought for your own vanity, or what people would have thought had the truth become known.
The matter is closed.
A husband can open a conversation and close it as he chooses. And a wife must comply. It is not closed. Albert, I'm thinking of leaving you.
Leaving me?
That's right. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have things to do.
All right, you lubbers, keep everything well lashed down. We're only carrying cotton stuffs, and it's a light cargo for the Horn. We'd like a cork in a bathtub if it didn't lash tight. Oh, Mr. Curry.
Yes, sir.
You been round the Horn before, mister?
Oh, yes, sir.
Oh, no, you haven't. You haven't been round it at all till you've been round under me.
I think perhaps you'd rather I'd not come down to see you sail.
Well, I'd have you bid me goodbye with a smile, that's all.
It's not every day you go round Cape Horn.
Well, I've been around it before.
Not as captain.
Almost good as most.
Oh, better, I'll allow that. But why go round her east to west the hard way? Why not go round the Cape of Good Hope, across the Pacific and back round the Horn like most do?
Because it takes too much time.
Time is money.
Look, this cargo of silver ore from Frisco. It'll help buy more shares in the steamship company.
And for that, you go round the Horn. Fog, snow, terrible winds. James, have you any notion of the fears I bear when you're away from me? And after that last voyage on the Pembroke.
Look, now's not the time, eh?
Time! You've no time for anything but your profits, James, and that's the truth of it.
It's not just the profits that matter. It's what they can buy.
That wretched steamship! You risk body and soul to build an iron monster that no one but Albert believes will ever sail.
She'll sail if she's ever built. And she won't be built unless I found the money.
Oh, forgive me, James.
Oh, look, Anne, I wish you'd go up on deck. Or if you're going to stay...
I'll stay and smile.
All those barrels in the forward hatch. Morning, Mr. Fraser.
Mr. Baines, Captain Onedin below?
Yes, sir, but we're off at high water.
So I understand. I have a bag in my carriage. Have it taken aboard, will you? There's a good fella.
Hey, you. Come on, I got a job for you.
Ah, all right.
James? Anne?
But
Do I have a cabin?
I'll ask Baines if he'll take the second mate, sir.
you said nothing of Albert sailing with you, James.
Oh, did I not? Well, Albert has a fancy to take a trip around the Horn, so I understand.
What does Elizabeth say?
She knows nothing about it yet. Oh, how melancholy. James' taste in wine has not improved. At least what he gives away has not improved. Surely there must be something better than this. I left a note for it to be delivered at 12 noon, which is, I think, in 5 minutes' time. Ah, Spanish. Still.
What about your steamship?
I thought the trip would be useful. If I'm to build an iron ship to make the voyage, I must know the conditions.
And what is the real reason?
Well, there comes a time when a man feels, if you'll pardon the indelicacy, corseted by women. He longs to free his muscles for a month or two.
All ashore! All ashore!
Everybody aboard, Mr. Baines.
Everybody except the new apprentice, Captain. David Teal.
A good voyage, James.
Thank you, Anne.
Take care.
I will.
Come on, man, quickly. Oh, I'm so sorry, ma'am.
Quite all right.
Ah, thank you, sir. Who are you?
Teal.
Teal?
Yes, indeed. David Teal, the new apprentice. Sorry I'm late. Coach horse went lame.
Teal. You any relation to Sir Walter Teal?
His son. Is there someone to take my trunk below?
Aye, lad, there is. You! Now pick it up and move.
To Cape Horn.
Albert, he's on board. I've just got his message. Well, if that's what he wants, let him go.
Come on, Ash, down here. There you are. Fancy passenger gets the first mate's cabin, so I get this. A proper pigsty, this is. Well, put it down, son. That's your bunk there.
Thank you.
Your first voyage, lad?
Yes,
Now you got some surprises coming in.
indeed.
And call me sir, or mister. I'm second mate on this ship.
Yes, sir.
You know the mate, do you?
We've just met.
You had a taste of him already, eh? Well, you'll see a lot of Mr. Baines before this voyage is over.
What are you doing skulking down here, Mr. Corey?
Just getting my gear stowed away, sir. And I think I'm hardly done by I really do, sir. I mean, this is no place for a second mate.
You sleep where you were put, mister. And you,
I beg your pardon?
I'm your taskmaster.
Yes, I gathered that.
Sir to me, who does everything I tell you at the double. Everything understand?
Yes, sir.
This is a long voyage, Mr. Teal, and I'm going to teach you to be a sailor lad. By the end of it, you'll be able to hold up your head in the port of Liverpool, or be a disgrace to your family. They're on the port watch with me, 4 hours on, 4 hours off, unless you hear all hands on deck, and that means you at any time, understand?
Yes, sir.
What's the matter?
Nothing, sir.
Then on your feet, lad.
Well, he ain't got his sea legs yet, sir.
I said on your feet. Now go on, smarten yourself up, present yourself in the captain's cabin in 10 minutes. He wants to talk to you. And make sure you're seaman-like.
Yes, sir.
Wow. He's taking a proper fancy to you, isn't he? You sure you never seen him before?
No. Oh.
Oh, hey, here.
of a swell, eh? You all right?
Yes, thank you.
Come in.
Your apprentice, sir, Mr. Teal.
Mr. Teal. Yes, I've got your bunk, lad.
Yes, sir.
Captain to the captain.
Yes, Captain.
You says aye, aye when at sea, lad.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Well, now, we all start off as apprentices. Mr. Teal seems a hard school at the time, but never did any of us any harm, eh, Mr. Baines?
No, Captain.
No. You wanted the life, your father tells me.
Aye, aye, Captain.
You feeling ill or something?
I'm told it will pass, Captain.
Right. Now then, well, just listen to Mr. Baines and obey him. Mr. Baines will teach you how to lay down a course, use of the sextant.
I know the theory of that, sir.
You do you? Well, you found a bit more practice than theory on this trip, lad. Right, well, just listen to Mr. Baines, obey him in all things, and, that's all, lad.
Aye, aye, Captain.
When you're quite ready, lad. Those gloves, you better put them in your pocket. You won't be needing them this voyage.
No, sir.
A list of duties of a seaman apart from what the captain told you. Now, you listening? Right, there's tarring, greasing, oiling, varnishing and painting. Watching and steering, reefing, furling and bracing. There's making and setting sail, there's pulling and hauling, and there's climbing. Can you climb?
Of course I can climb.
Right, let's see it. Right, let go of the topsails! You gotta be a lot quicker than that, lad. A lot quicker.
Gloves.
Curry, that young man's idle. I want him changed. You heard? I want to make a seaman of him, and you're going to help me.
I'm not such a fool as to think this Carrie Harris is the only one. She's the one I found out about, that's all.
Did you tell Albert you were considering leaving him?
Yes, and that's why he's gone on this voyage. He's giving me a taste of life without him in the hope that I'll reconsider. He's so conceited, that man. Well, he's wrong. I'll not be there waiting for him when he returns, the chastened wife, anxious to make amends.
Are you well?
Well, of course I'm well.
There's no possibility that you might be...
A child? Not if I can help it.
You so easily reject what some of us pray for, Elizabeth. If you leave Albert, you lose house, home, everything.
What am I to do, then? Keep silent in this Carrie Harris affair? Pretend I know nothing? Let him go on seeing the woman?
Well, Albert's gone on this voyage hoping that you'll learn to accept the situation, that when he comes back...
It's easy for you to speak, Anne. James never looks at other women.
Before he sailed, I reproved him for thinking of nothing but his profits. It has its advantages, I suppose.
I'll take over, lad.
Mr. Corrie? Mr. Teal. You young gentlemen sailors, what comes to sea in your glove?
Ah, Albert.
Splendid weather.
Get rougher before we're through.
James, the new apprentice, Teal, seems to be having an unnecessarily bad time of it.
That's an apprentice's lot. Yes, he's a dog's body to the officers and a little snot nose to the crew. We've all gone through it. It's no different for Teal.
Is it not?
Drink, eh?
Oh, I'll break a lifelong habit and choose rum.
Like a sailor of you yet, eh?
I think Baines has been too hard on the lad.
You do you?
Yes, I do. I know it's none of my business.
No, it's not.
But it is your business. You should stop it.
You think so, do you?
Yes, I do.
But Baines is only doing his duty. Our lives could depend on that lad as on any man in the crew. He's got to learn that the sea's our taskmaster. You've got to learn no better than to tell a captain how to run a ship.
No, don't be so stuffy, man. I'll tell you something for your own good.
I'll tell you something for yours. You'd do better to show your wife some sympathy, not members of my crew.
I've never known you show such concern for your sister before.
Whatever Elizabeth has done, she deserves better than the treatment that you offer her by running away.
Baines is riding you hard, matey, real hard. Yeah. No spiritus liquors allowed aboard. Yeah, that's precious, that is. Best Jamaican.
I wish I was dead.
There's no such luck, old mate. Is that all you've had to eat since you come on board? That and the grub you brought with you? Matey, I'm gonna do something about you.
Just let me be.
Now, you listen to me, lad. I've seen young fellas in your place before just give up. With Cape Horn coming up, you won't live round it.
Perhaps that would be the best solution.
You haven't had your full 4-hour sleep any watch.
It's what happens to any apprentice.
Oh, no, it ain't. Not what you're getting. You're special.
Oh, look, please, it'll be all right. Don't bother.
Be back in a minute.
Mr. Teal! You were sloppy on that rigging, mister.
I'm sorry, sir.
Look at this place. Untidy quarters mean untidy work. It's like a pigsty in here, and I cleaned it up.
Aye, sir.
What's this?
My father.
Aye. We've met. This your mother?
Aye, sir.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have left her, boy. Because I don't think you'll ever make a sailor. But it won't be for the want of me trying. Now clean this mess up in here.
Oh, I beg your pardon, Mr. Baines. Lousebound git. Here, leave that. He won't be back for a bit. He wants his own grub.
Oh. You have mine. I don't want it.
You still want to die, do you? Because you will if you don't eat. You'll get weak and you'll get swept overboard.
I will live.
Now, look, lad. You've got nothing in your stomach, nothing at all. Now, there's a plate of salt beef and sea bread. You eat that, every scrap. They'll put a lining on your guts.
I'd never keep it down.
Of course you would. That's the best cure for the vomit.
Is it?
Force it.
No, I couldn't.
Get it down, you. Come this time tomorrow, you'll laugh in his face.
Whose?
Why, Baines, of course. Hold your nose.
All right, Mr. Baines. All hands on deck. Shorten sail.
Aye, aye, sir. All hands on deck. Take in lower topsails. Reef the main. You too, lad.
Mr. Baines, I don't want to lose the new apprentice on the first voyage out.
No, sir.
So, don't want him up aloft in this weather.
It's all training, sir. We may come to rely on it.
Just the same, Mr. Baines.
Aye, sir. On deck, keel!
Take care, lad. Been on that wheel too long, Mr. Baines.
I'm all right.
Mr. Teal, come and take over.
Aye, sir. But, sir.
Oh, go on, get below and get some rest, man.
Aye, aye.
One thing to remember at the Horn. If you're a helmsman,
Aye, sir. What, sir?
never look behind you. Never!
Why's that, sir?
Because those waves are tall as the masthead. All you see is a wall of green water, and then the sky. You as a poor sailor, lad, jump over the side with fright. You're an officer. Don't smile, lad, I've seen it happen. Right, here it comes. Hold it steady.
Aye, sir.
Oh, God.
Corey, are you unwell?
No, I'm all right, lad.
I brought the food. Cold already.
No, not now, lad. You eat. I haven't been dry in 10 days.
You should eat something.
No, just sleep. That's all I want. Just sleep.
This, Albert, is where every captain trusts to his eyes. Or his luck. Are those the islands? Or is it the mainland?
Good God, don't you know?
In this weather, no. Mr. Baines! All hands on deck! Give me some sail!
Aye, aye, sir. All hands on deck! All hands on deck to go aloft! All hands aloft!
Corey! Oh, God, I can't again.
Come on.
Bye. I'm coming.
Sail away, sailor! That's the mainland.
Rocks into our port, sir.
Go between them and the land.
All hands aloft, forward main.
You remember what Mr. Baines told you about going aloft in rough weather?
All hands, he said.
What the devil's tail doing up there? I told Baines not to send him up aloft.
Hurry!
What can we do? At least we can bring the lad down.
Help me! Come on, son! Take my hand! Up! Come on, take it!
No, I can't let go.
Take it! Come on! Come on!
Sorry.
Nothing we can do for him, lad. Thank God.
It's no use, Anne. I am determined upon leaving him. And I mean what I say.
You still care for Albert, you know. You pretend you don't, but you couldn't hide your relief when I told you that Charlotte Rhodes had arrived safely in San Francisco.
You are wrong. After the way he behaved, I haven't one jot of affection left for the man.
The news is that she'd be leaving San Francisco on the 17th.
The 17th.
So the Charlotte Rhodes should be home within a week or so. Now say you're not affected.
I am not affected. I am not. I am not affected.
I gave you a painting job to do, young T.
I'd not forgotten, sir, but I thought that overhauling the buntlines was more important.
Oh, did you? Well, there's one thing I want to say to you.
Sir?
I think you have the makings of a sailor. Mind you, I only said the making.
There's Liverpool.
Yes.
No doubt you expect Elizabeth to be waiting at the quayside. A dutiful wife.
Whatever you think, James, it may surprise you to know that I care for Elizabeth a great deal.
Quick, Rachel, that'll be the master. Don't keep him waiting.
Oh, no, Mum.
Come on, Rachel.
Fogarty, Mum. Oh. Come in, Mr. Fogarty. Thank you, Rachel.
Your brother James' ship is in, and your husband will be home at any time. So I'll come straight to the point.
And so you presume to advise me?
If you leave your husband, it'll be my doing.
Your doing?
I told you I'd seen your husband in Foxy's music rooms, and you went to the place and spoke to Carrie Harris.
Yes, and if it weren't for you, I'd never have known.
Elizabeth,
I'm truly obliged to you,
It was
Daniel.
purely a chance remark on my part. I knew nothing about your husband's affair with her.
Oh, I believe you, Daniel. You're thinking of me. And of Albert. Of our happiness. But of course, if I were to leave Albert, you would feel yourself responsible for our child. Wouldn't you?
Take me to Kirby Road, will you?
Mr. Baines! Mr. Baines! Oh, it's you, sir.
Mr. Baines, I've just spoken with my son. He told me how you saved his life.
Well, it was more like giving him a hand, sir.
He says you're the finest sailor who's ever sailed.
Well, you know what young lads are. That age, their minds are fanciful.
It seems I misjudged you. I'm truly sorry.
You'll pardon me, sir?
I've told you before that was not my reason in coming here.
If I were to leave Albert, it would put you in rather an embarrassing position, wouldn't it?
I gave up all responsibility to the child when you married Albert.
Then why are you here? To preserve your good name with your lady employer?
Please leave Miss Emma Callan's name out of this discussion.
But you are engaged to her, are you not? Are you frightened she'll throw you over if the truth be known about your son?
You rate me low, madam.
Indeed I do. I rate all men low.
Rachel, is the mistress at home?
You'd better go.
I'll not leave by the back door.
You come here with your good intentions and you only make matters worse. Daniel, please,
Elizabeth,
go.
listen to me. I'm not going...
Oh. Rachel, put me things upstairs. We have a visitor, I see.
Daniel only just arrived.
Of course. And to see me, I take it.
Well, I had called to discuss business matters, yes.
It must have been urgent that you couldn't wait for me to get my foot inside the door. Could it not have waited until tomorrow?
My apologies. I will leave.
My dear fellow, no need. It just occurred to me. Our meeting at Foxy's music rooms. Tell me, do you know a singer there? Carrie Harris?
Well, I have seen her. Yes.
Spoken to her?
No.
But spoken to my wife of her, maybe.
I did not call here to be cross-questioned.
I know damn well why you came here. And I've no doubt it's not the first time since I've been away.
Daniel!
Bye, Elizabeth.
Did you dally with the fella in my absence?
No, sir. Daniel is not like you.
He loves you. That's plain enough. But he'll marry Emma Cullen simply for her money.
You're jealous of him.
I am jealous of your feelings for him.
I don't feel anything for him. You must excuse me.
No.
Albert! Albert, let me go! Let me go! No, Albert. Don't you dare. Albert, let me go. Please, you're behaving like a coarse seaman.
Home from a long voyage to his wife.
Please, let me go. You're hurting me. Please.
He's a seaman, but you don't despise him.
Oh, how dare you! Put me down. Please, sir.
I love you, Elizabeth. My wife. I love you.